Banette a dark Pokemon in the game?
I think he's
Ghost.
Ghost.
Okay. Well, I know in the card game, Psychic.
I'm fairly certain Banette is Ghost. I don't know if he's Ghost and Dark.
Yeah.
I thought he might be. No, Banette is just Ghost. Okay.
Okay. Now we know. All right, I'm gonna sort this bulk because I feel like it.
All right, Bean is sorting the bulk. Let me know if you find any spoils of war that we didn't think about.
Spoils of war?
I forgot you don't know what spoils
Didn't you
is.
just say that like the other day?
I said spoils the other day, and she did not know what the fuck I was talking about.
I'm sorry, I don't participate in war.
Okay, I don't participate in war either. Spoils is like, it's just like the thing that you get. What is spoils? What?
Thank you! Thank you!
Snacks, please tell me I'm not crazy for knowing spoils of war.
Probably read some book like 75 years ago.
I am not 75!
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Me killing a scalper to take their Pokemon cards? Ah, yes, the spoils of war. Oh my god. Oh, look, I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm not crazy. I mean, I am crazy in like certain regards, but not this one. Spoils of war. Movable property such as weapons, vehicles, or funds lawfully seized from an enemy during armed conflict. You're lawfully seizing spoils from an enemy, the Pokemon Company.
Oh, so it's just like what you stole. Okay. What? Alright, bye guys!
Everyone say bye to Bean!
Bye.
Everyone say bye to Bean! Bye, Bean! Bye, Bean! Throw a pillow at Ari at some point. No, do not do that! I like having not a pillow thrown at me. All right, so my lovely snacks, we are now shifting into another part of stream, another shifting shift. Hopefully, oh, my hair is gone. Oh. Hopefully you guys are excited because I'm so pumped to play more Paranormasight, guys. I know it's like mayhaps not a game that you all know of as much, but it's really fun mystery game and story time with Ari, so you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Snacks, you're gonna like it. But all right. Ugh. Let me get this Paranorma going. Perfect content for me laying in bed. It is. I enjoyed it yesterday. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Seavold. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it yesterday. I'm so glad. All right, let me change the music. Ari, my scream might keep you awake. I probably won't be screaming depending. I mean, okay, I do scream pretty frequently, to be honest. But not today, maybe. This is really more Ari voice acting, okay? This is an Ari voice acting game. Ari does voice acting the video game. Are you a small bundle of screams? Ah. Well, maybe that is the case. Maybe that is the case. The screaming is relaxing. Oh. Yeah. All right, Snacks. I will give you guys the rundown. So, if you missed yesterday's stream, or if we're, oh my god, I posted these on YouTube, by the way, guys. You guys say hi YouTube right now. Do it. Say hi YouTube. Say hi YouTube. Say hi to them. The YouTubians. The YouTubians. Also, let me know if the game audio is too loud or anything at any point. Hi, YouTubians. I watch Scream streamers and brain rot as my therapy. Okay, well, I may do that in general. Oops. But okay, it's a little loud. Maybe this. Okay. So, let's start, guys. PARANORMASIGHT. You may be asking, all right, where did we leave off? What's happening in this game? What's this game about? Who am I? Where am I? What am I? Long story short, in the quickest RE recap as possible, we have 3 main characters so far to our story. Yuza Minakuchi, Sato Shiranami, and Yumeko Shiki. We're probably gonna get more knowing how this game works, because I played the original and you guys might not have. Long story short, Yuza Minakuchi's story, well, actually, let me just get to our environment. This game is taking place on Issei, in Issei area in Japan, on Kameshima Island, which is Turtle Island. Basically, the town is known for having these people called ama divers who will basically get like scallops and uni, like seafood and sea urchin and all sorts of things, and that's how they make money. It's like a fisher town. Yuza Minakuchi's story is that he is kind of ostracized by the town because when he was a middle schooler, his whole family was involved in a maritime accident where their whole ship sank and everyone died except for him. They think that his mom was sus because she wasn't like fully involved in the town, and because she joined the town like after marrying Yuza's dad, and it was like some drama. So Yuza's parents are dead. Everyone's in the town other than his homie Azami seems to really not like him, even though he seems like a nice guy so far. He seems like a nice kid. It's rough. And Azami also, his dad was caught up in the same accident and he died too, his dad. Azami's his friend, which we'll see him again soon probably. That's Yuza's story. Oh, kind of. What we've also found out is that Yuza thinks there is a chance that his mom is not actually dead and that she is a mermaid. Reason why he thinks that is because she was always really mysterious, always really weird, would go out in the town, like, you know, go out of their home at night, in the middle of the night, for hours on end. She had a giant scale, like a fish scale in our room, and she was also just really good at swimming. So he's thinking maybe my mom is the one who saved me when I almost drowned in that maritime accident that everyone else died in. So his current objective is that he wants to figure out if he can find her or if mermaids are real. Alongside that, we went on a little mini dive, and I did a diving mini game for like literally an hour because I'm crazy. And we saw another version of ourselves, a doppelganger called something that people call Tomokazuki, which is like a doppelganger who in the ocean who lures divers with something they want and they kill them. We saw that potentially, but we didn't die somewhat, somehow, some way. So ooh, that's Yuza's story. Sato's story is that we don't have a lot about her yet. She's accompanying one of Yuza's childhood friends, Tsukasa, which is this girl. And Tsukasa has a crush on Sato's housemate. I forget his name now, but she's a homie to her. She really likes watching TV, and they're trying to live out their summer life. It's pretty chill like that. The most interesting story arc we just got into right now, I mean, I love Yuza's story so far as well, but the one interesting one we got into right now is Yumeko Shiki. She is a housewife, a shuhu, and she seemingly came to this island for no reason. But after we found out more about her, it turns out that she's actually a detective in the paranormal section of the police department. She's a paranormal affairs detective because she has spirit sense and she has a vision, I think. We don't actually know a lot about her backstory yet, which is why I'm intrigued by her. But she's got some visions and stuff, and she is joined by her husband's protege, who has really good spirit sense. I forget his name now. It's this guy, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. That's him. He has more spirit sense and actually psychic powers than she does, but it looks like they're basically a team, and they're trying to uncover some mysteries on 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 Island, on Kamishima Island, 𝙀𝙓 Prefecture, Mie Prefecture. We're in place. We're in a place, guys. We're in a place in Japan. But yeah, we found a body that looked like a woman combined with a fish, and they said this is because of a curse. Not a mermaid, it's a curse. So what we unlocked at the very end of stream was a memory of them finding, I guess, unidentified skeletons. We seem to have the option to go either to Yuza's route here or Yumeko Shiki's, but I think I'm gonna go for this one. I want to see more of the paranormal investigation until it locks me out, because it's giving us more answers. It's interesting. We're learning more about what's going on this island. Why is it so mysterious right now? What's going on? I have a lot of questions. I also do a lot of voices while I voice these characters, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm about to do some good stuff, but let's jump into it, guys. Hopefully that if you have more questions while we're playing, just let me know. I'll answer if you missed anything. Definitely recommend the original Paranormasighт. I cannot stop shilling for that game. The original was also fantastic, and so far I really like this one. I'll put my phone down so if I fall asleep. Oops. Well, I am like kind of reading a spooky mystery story, so hope you enjoy. You're doing the voices? I thought it was the game's voice acting. Thanks, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. I know. I guess I'm just that good. Nah. But all right. Unidentified skeletons. Yumeko Shiki arrives in Toba City, Mie Prefecture, to investigate the discovery of skeletal remains with her assistant 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙉. Let's go! Date unknown. August 19/8x morning. So this is probably before the 6th, 7th, and 8th, which is when most of the story's been taking place. Oh god, what was his voice again? Let me drink water. At Ufotable, at Hoyoverse, at Japan, at Mappa. Hire this woman. Oh, so funny. Welcome, ma'am. I've been waiting for you. The site where the bones were found is a little ways offshore from this beach. You went ahead and started the investigation, I see. Thanks for that. Not at all. You clearing everything with local police meant all I had to do was arrive and inspect the remains myself. To get straight to the point, there is no doubt. Signs of a curse are clearly evident. The skeletal remains are tied to a supernatural incident. Seems I was right to trust my intuition on this one. All right then, let me hear the full report. Understood. Ooh. All right, let's look around first, guys. This is the town of 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙉 in Toba City. The area is a historic place known for its ama divers. Okay, this is an explanation I just gave you guys a little bit ago. Oh, I know it well. It's also famous as the filming location of one of Japan's most well-known monster films. I wonder if that's real lore. Because some of these is based on actually real locations in Japan. I wouldn't know about that myself, ma'am, but you seem unusually well-versed in that area. A girl likes movies. Those old tokusatsu films are the best. You should watch some for yourself, 𝙀𝙓. As you wish, I'll look into it. Oh! 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙉 town in Toba City. Whoa, cause so we get lore a lot in this game, guys. We're getting some lore. 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙉 town, a city located on the northeast tip of the Shima Peninsula, adjacent to Issei City and Shima City. Oh.
Dog, butter dog, dog with the butter, butter dog. put some butter on the dog.
Butter dog. Dog with the butter on the butter dog. Butter dog, put some butter on the dog. Hi, Jum Jum. I got a bit welcome. The combined area of modern Toba City and Shima City was formerly known as Shima Province. Its coastline features one of Japan's most notable Ria coasts. I don't know what a Ria coast is, actually. It's renowned for not only its marine industries, but also its popularity as a tourist destination. It was originally a castle town from the Meiji era. Wow. It's famous for ama divers. It gets fresh seafood. Oh, that was Toba City. Okay, this is Ichika Town. It's a fishing settlement located within Toba City. The area takes its name from Ichikajima, an island offshore of the region. It is said that its hollow in the center of the island was so reflective to resemble a mirror, leading to Yamato Hime no Mikoto giving its current name, which is written with the characters for stone and mirror. Ooh, kanji. The Ria's coastline is a particularly beautiful sight and is well known as a spot to watch the sunrise. It is also notable as a filming location of the first entry in Japan's most famous monster film series, as seen many visits from fans as a result. What Japan monster movie was here? I can only think of Godzilla. It must be something else. What Japanese like movie would it be? I don't know. Alright, I see surroundings. Anything else around here? We're like on a bridge. There's a house. There's Kiryu. I think we're good. Let's think really quick. I'd already planned to come here to Toba in Mie Prefecture together with Soda on another case. Sodo. But the news of skeletal remains being found in the area caught my eye, so I sent him ahead to investigate. As expected, it turned out to be the result of a curse. Likely a troublesome one at that. Ooh. Bridge! Oh my god, all my snacks are in here today. Alright. I have not been able to use her vision ability yet. I'm gonna keep spamming this shit, dude. I wonder what it's gonna be when like I finally am able to use it. Like her eyes being all glossy and like green makes me so curious about it. Alright, Soto. A diligent and earnest young man. His mentor, my husband, has nothing but praise for his skills, so he has my complete trust. I know I shouldn't rely on him too much, but he's so good at noticing the finer details that I often find myself doing so. What a good kid. He's like 28. What a good kid. Skeletal remains. To begin, shall we review the details of the case? Is that really necessary? Summarizing may help us notice something we missed. Not a day goes past that I don't admire your diligence, Soto. My thanks. I'll strive to be brief. A few days ago, a fisherman off the coast here hauled up a long, rod-like object. It may have been a vertical bar, but I don't know. It was like a rod. Never mind, it resembled a human bone. So he notified the police. That was about 10 days ago. So he fished it up completely by chance. Following that, the police conducted an underwater investigation of the surrounding area. Vertical bar, you say? That's kind of crazy that the police conducted an underwater investigation. Do you think they got in the ama diver gear and they were all like scuba-ing it up? Anyway, they discovered multiple skeletal remains in a fissure beneath the rocks. Oh, in a fissure? I guess maybe someone got caught? All the remains were already severely deteriorated, with each being several years to several decades old. Oh my god, is this gonna be from the people? The family? As a result, forensics struggled to identify the victims. It was just too little to go on. Only fragments of the skulls remained, so facial reconstruction was apparently not possible. Hardly surprising in such a state. Still, with your ability, we hardly need facial reconstruction, do we? Indeed. I'll report my discoveries shortly. Yeah, so if you guys were not here yesterday, he has psychic abilities that he can actually reconstruct people's faces and see them with his mind as long as he has parts of their remains. So he just draws sketches of whatever he sees for the Paranormal Affairs Department, which is very helpful if you already have a Paranormal Affairs Department and they're just chilling like that. You know, one possibility comes to mind. Will you humor me? Please go ahead. I wonder if those skeletal remains could be the victims of the Kamishima Southern Sea disaster from 5 years ago. That's what I was wondering! That's what I was wondering! Oh, never mind. Regrettably, that is not the case. Oh, darn it. Please don't sound so defeated. Forensics confirmed 5 bodies in total, but they said each had decomposed over a different length of time. Huh. Maybe that sus rich guy, like, kidnapped everyone. And he killed them after trying to experiment on them. There's a sus rich guy. Maybe he did it. I don't. It doesn't make sense that they would. There's got to be like a real reason for why they just decompose over a different length of time. Oh, meaning that they didn't die all at the same time. Correct. The most recent appears to date back 6 years. Oh shit! Never mind. That's 5 years. 5 years was when they had the disaster and they all died. So 6 years. That means there's another freaking body. Hi, 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 welcome in. We're playing Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse. Welcome in. It's a really cool story game. Welcome. I didn't kill anyone. This is slander. I know, Sivo. Don't worry. I know. The others go back some 10 years before that. Another 10 and another 10 and so on. Okay, so actually the earliest is 6. So they're actually, okay, never mind. Never mind. My theory is already wrong, guys. So, roughly 1 body every 10 years. Indeed. I imagine that any older remains may have simply decayed entirely. Which means someone's been using that fissure as a place to dump corpses for decades? It's surrounded by rock and with minimal currents in the area. It's unlikely they drifted there naturally. Had that bone not been fished up by chance, we never had known. In other words, it was an ideal site for quietly disposing of bodies. So this was no accident. Someone did this. I imagine quite some resentment must have piled up over the years. Indeed. But I've already cleansed the lingering resentment in the area. Oh, yo, he's a goat! He used his psychic powers! Leaving such resentment to fester could lead to a curse manifesting after all. Oh. Efficient as always. Oh, okay, wait. So if there's like evil spirits resentful who all are there, it makes a curse manifest. I think that's kind of also from the first game's concepts. Like the world has been consistent, guys. It's been consistent world. So far it's been consistent. My thanks. All right. Oh my god, we're talking about skeletal remains. Anything else different to think about? Multiple skeletons remains found resting on the seabed. Something smells fishy, and I don't mean the bones. To be frank, I prefer to head home sooner rather than later, but it seems that won't be an option. Alright, let's keep talking. There is one more point of concern that all the remains have in common. Oh! Go on. Each body bore a clean, precise cut. Clearly severed. Severed? You're saying they were sliced straight through to the bone? Exactly. Each was sliced down through the bone, all with a clean cut, as smooth as the last. What? Forensics noted that reproducing such uniform cuts would be extremely difficult. Maybe like some, I don't know, fishing equipment or like seafood processing equipment would cut bones like that. I don't know. There's a lot of mystery and intrigue right now, gamers. Lots of mystery and intrigue. Oh wait, oh yes, there's an ad. Hi, Lou. If you didn't see, I don't know if you were in an ad. Hi, though. Even with industrial equipment, such precision would have been unachievable decades ago. What? Wait, I think she just said my thoughts. So wait, they've been having precise cuts this whole time despite not having the tools for it? One possible explanation is that a master swordsman wielding a razor-sharp katana cleaved each of them in a single stroke. Well, yes, that would certainly explain it. But warriors don't exactly run around with swords in this day and age. Why am I British? Or whatever accent I was doing. I don't even know what accent why would I do an accent? Where are you from? Which brings us to the possibility of a curse, I suppose. Correct. If the cuts were made by supernatural means, the rules change. And as it turns out, there were traces of a curse at each of the severed points. Curse! It was just a matter of time we found one. Also, for the briefest moment, I glimpsed a curse echo that looked like a warrior in armor. Oh! So a warrior curse is hitting them all, it looks like. A curse echo in armor. Whoa. Yes, judging from the crest on its armor, and given our location, it appears to be a curse tied to the Heik. Wait, oh my god, how the hell do I say that? Heike. I guess. I've never seen those letters together in Japanese in my life, bro. Right, the Heike. You are familiar with the Heike, I assume. I'm not Japanese. The Heike? I'm not too sure. The Heike were a branch of the Taira clan, a warrior family who rose to power at the end of the Heian period. See, this is some Japanese knowledge. This is some Japanese knowledge, guys. From their base in Ise province, they expanded their influence, reaching great heights under Taira no Kiyomori. But in their pride, they were defeated by the Genji. The Genji! Overwatch. They were defeated by the Genji in what is now known as the Genpei War. Ah, yes, of course, I knew that. I did not know that. The tales of the Heike preserved just how prosperous they were just before they fell. Many who lived through the downfall carried deep regrets. Their resentment is especially persistent. Many traces remain even today, and they can be quite meddlesome. Indeed, you hear about it all over the place. I guess even by expert standards, it's quite the problem. Ooh. Okay, so this clan of people, really angry, resentment, got lots of cursed spirits is what I'm seeing. What's more, the katana that curse echo carried, I believe it may have been the famed blade, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. Oh. 𝙀𝙀𝙑𝙀𝙑. Yes. A blade passed down through the Heike, once wielded by Taira no Tadamori. Ooh. I see. It would seem your love of swords has proved rather useful here. So what you're saying is that these skeletal remains were cut and killed by the power of Tadamori's curse. I can't say it was Tadamori himself, but I am confident it was a curse from someone within the Heike. Okay, shit, we got a curse to deal with, gamers! Why, Ari? Man, I just woke up. I'm doing fine today. I'm doing great! I hope you slept well! Hi, Dante! Hi! We're playing more PARANORMASIGHT. Nice to see ya. At the very least, it offers an explanation for those mysteriously perfect cuts. Ooh. But the body's being dumped every decade. Surely that cannot be the curse too, can it? Correct. I imagine that part likely involves further intervention by someone else. So this wasn't an accident by some spontaneous curse. There's a perpetrator out there. Indeed. However, I can't imagine any psychic with enough power to wield such a curse would dispose of bodies so poorly. My theory is that someone is using a cursed stone. They're killing through its curse, then discarding the bodies. This is probably the guy. This is the rich guy I was talking about earlier. He's probably the one who's killing people like this. A cursed stone. Think of it as a talisman that lets even those without spirit sense use the power of curses. They are created when intense resentment fuses with a suitable relic. That sounds dangerously convenient. There were a few incidents involving cursed stones in Tokyo last year, actually. Didn't you hear? The 7 Mysteries of Hanjo! Guys, the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo. Oh, now that you mention it, that somewhat rings a bell. The cursed stones! Yeah, it's basically like you should play Paranormasights, Mystery of Hanjo. Basically, it's exactly what they said. If evil spirit basically possesses a relic to some degree. Hanjo got too many mysteries. Real. Hashtag ad. I don't care. I'll do it. Sponsor me though, Square Enix. Sponsor me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so basically a lot of the times the cursed stones, you can't just use them. Like, you have to like have a condition, and you don't always know what the condition is, because if you don't already have spirit sense, you don't really know what the freaking thing is. Like, I'll give an example. Say it's like kind of like, you know, any power structure in like an anime. Like, okay, you want the power to kill someone. Say they have to put on, they have to be inside of you and put on chapstick, then they die. Like, it's like something random bullshit like that kind of thing, where it's like you have to use the stone in a certain way, otherwise it's not gonna actually work. That's kind of what the cursed stones are. So in short, whoever's behind this possesses a stone imbued with the 𝙀𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘋's curse. They use it to kill someone roughly every decade, dumping the body into the sea. Yes, that aligns with the evidence. Thank you for the summary. Damn! Damn! What? What? Now then, about those skeletal remains. Were you able to use your Shangan, Soto? Yes, I did. It only worked for the most recent body, though. The one from 6 years ago. By viewing parts of the remain, I was able to reconstruct a portrait sketch of how he looked when he was alive. I don't think we've seen a guy who looks like that yet. Here's a copy. I've already provided one to the police as well. Impressive. That ability of yours remains quite the asset. Not always. There are times when the vision just doesn't come through. It's far from infallible. Besides, there are those who could simply speak directly with the victim's spirit and ask who did it. Even so, none of those methods would hold up as admissible evidence in court. But as a lead in our investigation, it's more than enough. Excellent work. Thank you. We had the police compare the sketches against missing people from 6 years ago, but no matches were found. Me, 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 me. I love this expression. He's like, oh, like, me, 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 me. So no matches are found. Who the fuck died? Darn, would have made things much easier. Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 is continuing the investigation. Ah, the detective with the local police. I've heard he's good, so let's hope he proves it. We met him. We met 𝙀𝙓𝙃. 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 skeletons. Oh, we're getting some tea about this. Okay. The case in which multiple human skeletons were recovered from a deep fissure on the 𝙀𝙓𝙃 seabed. The initial estimate indicated that at least 5 bodies have been disposed of there. At least. Over the last few decades. All right. The following information has not been made available to the public. Victims' identity is unclear. All victims are male. okay. All men. Each body is thought of to have been disposed at a different time. The most recent body dates to about 6 years ago. Facial sketch of this individual obtained using Soto's ability. The other remains show signs of gradual aging, with the oldest dating back more than 30 years. Although the presence of older remains has also been confirmed, they have been completely decayed, so it's impossible to tell how old they are. Wow. It's unlikely that the bodies could have drifted into the fissure naturally, so it is thought that someone has been discarding them there every few years. Each skeleton shows sign of a clean, precise cut inflicted by a sharp blade. Traces of a curse were also detected. The victim is believed to have been killed by a curse wielded by someone connected to the 𝙀𝙀𝙋𝘼𝙉. 45 streams, the best day. Happy Friday. Oh my god, Kirana! Happy Friday! Whoa, there's a lot of info about this guy, this clan. Whoa. All right. Interesting, guys. Anything else to think about here? And now there's this curse stone imbued with the curse of the 𝙀𝙀𝙋𝘼𝙉. This whole thing is turning into quite a headache. Even with so little to go on, Soto deduced all of this. Pretty impressive. I'll have to remember to give him kudos later. Alright. Oh my god. More skeletal remains. Say, Soto, that sketch of yours. Maybe we should show it to some of the locals. Ah, good point. Someone might recognize him if they were around here 6 years ago. If we can identify the victim, it could help us trace the one who used the curse. I guess we can't just leave things be now that we know there's a curse involved. Honestly, I'd rather not deal with it. There you go again. Are you sure that's something you should be saying out loud? Obviously not. I just want to get this over with and go home. That's all. Girl just wants to be with her husband. She does not give a shit. Yes, we all know how much you love your home. She's funny. All right, state of the sea. You can see the sea from here all the way to Kamishima. Do you sense anything out there, Soto? Yeah, so Kamishima Island's over there. That's where most of the story is taking place. This is just outside of that. Yes, I do. The waters south of Kamishima are saturated with the powerful presence of the curse of the raging waves. The what? I could sense it even from this distance. That's how strong it is. Is that so? Looking out to sea, I can't see a thing. I just hope this means we've made it in time. Even during the disaster 5 years ago, the energy was never this overwhelming. The seal has broken. There's no doubt about it. Guys? Do you think it could be the seal that I broke? Well, this isn't. I think this is before it, though. I think this is before the time. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. So it's already broken. That isn't good. The sea still seems calm, though. Does the storm not break out immediately? Yes, something seems to be holding it back for now. Oh, there's a silver lining at least. It seems stable for the moment. We probably have 2 or 3 days of safety. Then we've got a bit of breathing room. Perhaps there's still something we can do. What? Okay. So... use a breaker of chains, a leecher of seal. Stop! Don't say that, Seymour! Interesting. The curse that caused an outbreak of turbulent waves and violent storms in the seas around Kamishima. The curse of raging waves. It said that the curse was born of the resentment of the former residents of Taishima, an island once located to the south of Kamishima, after someone brought about its destruction. Some believe that several of the disasters that have struck Kamishima in the past were actually caused by this curse in some manner, including the Kamishima South Sea disaster that occurred 5 years ago. More curses. Yes, write them down. Write those curses down. The person accused of bringing the curse to Kamishima was called the Raging Waves Curse Bearer. and was shunned by the island's inhabitants. Oh! They think Yuza's mom brought the raging wave curse. I think. I am concerned about the curse of the raging waves, but without knowing how to lift it, there's not much we can do right now. Having 2 or 3 days does give us some leeway. We can focus on this incident for now while looking for a way to lift the curse. Okay. What else is happening in the sea? I hope we can do something about that curse of raging waves while it's still being held back. Yes, despite all the efforts, we still haven't found a way to lift the curse. We might have quite a struggle ahead of us. That's really the heart of the problem, isn't it? We have no idea where your ancestors' keepsake is either. Oh, is that why we're here? We're looking for Soto's keepsake? I apologize on behalf of my family. Interesting. Do I know about that? Nope. Ma'am, behind you. Behind me. Ah! Oh my god, it's the woman who died! Oh! Oh! Oh no, they're not showing us. I think it's because we're in the past? Maybe? This is the woman who died! In the future, because we're in a flashback. Let me think. No. Can I see anything if I did my vision ability? Nope. I got nothing, bro. I'm just green. Me when I'm green. This is the woman who freaking died. Who's that? Just someone from town passing by. She bolted! Soto, after her! On it! Hey, stop! Let me go! I didn't do nothing wrong! Why did you run though, girl? I've apprehended the suspect. Good work. Sorry for the rough handling. Mind helping us out a bit? What were you doing here? Why did you run? What? Don't get smart with me! You're the suspicious ones, sneaking around and poking into things. You think folks won't be wary with the shady types like you wandering through town? She is not happy. I see. Sorry if we gave you a scare. We're with the police. Nothing shady here. You're with the police? Seriously? You heard about the skeletal remains found nearby, yes? That's what we're looking into. You don't look like police. Say, do you live around here? There's something I'd like you to take a quick look at. Do you recognize this face at all? We believe he may have been around here about 6 years ago. Huh? Nope. Don't know him. I see. Then, could you point us in the direction of someone who might know about people coming and going in town? No idea. Ask whoever you want. Can I go now? I've got nothing to do with this. I don't know a thing. All right. Sorry for holding you up. Girl knows something. Why is she being sus? What a peculiar woman. It was like her mind was somewhere else entirely. Well, either way, we should talk to more people in town. Agreed. Also, could you ask around and find out who that woman is? Of course. He does not want to do that shit. Bro just wants to do his little psychic curse stuff. Several hours later. Ma'am, I've learned a few things. Excellent. Let's hear it. Anything else happening around here? Surroundings. I can investigate the surroundings again. The port and town center are down that way. So this area is technically the outskirts. It's a quiet town, so a stranger loitering here would definitely attract attention. That's a good point. Alright. Doesn't look like there's anything else point of interest-wise to investigate. I'm thinking again. They split up tasks around town. But all the leads I found didn't actually lead anywhere. I'm just not cut out for this kind of legwork. She's like, this is not my fucking job. He didn't so much as flinch at the thought of tedious door-to-door investigation. Not to mention he's good at it. Having him here is a huge help. I mean, he does kind of just like listen to her. About the portrait sketch. I showed the sketch of the victim to several townsfolk. However, it would seem that no one here recognized him at all. Unfortunate. I suppose chances are he wasn't from this area to begin with. Guess we'll have to place our hopes on Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 then. You don't suppose we might be working with a bad sketch here? You needn't worry about that. I'm confident in the likeliness. It should be near a perfect match. You're right. I'm sure it's close. Sorry for doubting you. Bro is confident about his art skills, bro. He does not want anyone judging his art. He said, I'm good at art. I know how to draw. I also asked around about the woman we encountered earlier. Apparently, she isn't originally from this town. Oh, is that so? Indeed. Apparently, she wandered into town about 5 years ago. Oh my, it must be her. Is that his mom? I need to see her again. Was that his mom? She's been living alone in a cheap rental apartment on the outskirts of town ever since. When she first arrived, she had nothing but an old wooden box, which she was clutching as if it was very dear to her. Nothing but an old wooden box? Supposedly, she used to work as an ama diver. Around when she first moved here, she'd occasionally go diving for fish. But these days, she keeps to herself, and no one ever sees her diving anymore. I'm so curious, guys. Is this his mom? Is this Yuza's mom? Or is someone who looks really like Yuza's mom? The 5 years like aligned though with the time that she would have gone missing. No one really knows how she supports herself, and many of the islanders find her unsettling. See, that's another. They find her unsettling. Like the other islanders found the other lady unsettling. I'm just like I'm trying to connect the dots, guys. I'm like a dot connecting right here. Perhaps she fled from something and moved her life here. It sounds like it, but also be too obvious for storytelling. I know, right? It's confusing. Can we follow this path longer? This is gonna be intriguing. Okay, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙉, you're real. I will try to keep following this path, but I bet you will cut me off at some point. Oh, Big Hat Logan! Yeah, you can finally catch another stream. You're my favorite. Oh my god, it's so nice to see you again, Big Hat Logan. Today we're playing actually a mystery visual novel game. So very different from Dark Souls, but welcome. Thanks for stopping by. TLDR, I can't explain the whole plot because it's kind of deep, but we're detectives trying to figure out a case of murders in this, and we also are paranormal detectives. So there's curses and shit involved. It's really weird. It's awesome though. Big PARANORMASIGHT enjoyer. I love the original game. This is the sequel, baby. That's how 13 Sentinels felt. I kept getting cucked by stuff I really wanted to know, and I had to follow someone else's point of view, and they'd have something really interesting. Fucking tease, man. It was Goog though. Yes! You're so real, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉, for playing 13 Sentinels. It's literally one of my favorite games ever. I freaking love the story of that game. I'm so glad you're streaming today. This has been such a crap week for me. I need this. Ah! No! I'm sad to hear that, but we all hanging out. We're vibing. This is a cozy stream, so get cozy. Grab a snack or something. Hopefully today will be much better. Yeah. All right. That was suggested, yes, but she's never spoken about her past, so no one knows for sure. Although, according to her landlord, she's never been late on rent. And she's never caused any problems either. Still, it seems odd she gets so worked up about strangers coming to town. Doesn't seem like she's in any position to be worrying about that. You think she might be hiding something? It's possible. Her attitude changed the moment we said we were with the police. Perhaps she was keeping watch over the coast where the bodies were dumped, waiting to see if someone showed up. Right. I mean the most recent bodies from 6 years ago, and she arrived in town 5 years back. The timing is rather suspicious when you look at it like that. We'd best keep an eye on her. Agreed. Were you able to get her name? Apparently her last name is Somekawa, but I didn't manage to get her first name. Somekawa. I don't know Some, but Kawa is river. She got river in her name. Somekawa. Why does that name sound so familiar? You've heard it before. I think so, but I can't quite remember where. But I'm a woman who casts off her past long ago. I guess I shouldn't let it bother me. Not this again. She's a little quirky lady, this lady. Let's leave any time-consuming background checks to Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉. Very well, I'll inform him. See, can we see his mom again? Mare Minakuchi. I don't know, guys. They look kind of similar. They both have those thin eyebrows and the same kind of eyes. And a similar haircut. That's like the same hair color. And like eyes that are blue and brown. And she also came to this island the exact same time his mom went missing. And they have the exact same nose. I don't know. Maybe she ate the mom. Oh, like you're saying she's like a mermaid who ate the mom? Maybe. A woman living in Toba. Although she occasionally does work as an ama diver, it is unclear who she is and where she came from. She apparently showed up in Toba about 5 years ago with nothing but a grubby wooden box to her name, and has been living there ever since. But she's like dead now. We split up tasks around town, yeah. Because like we're in the past right now. We're in the past on the timeline. No. I just wanted to look at the story chart. I guess we can't look at it yet. That's fine. So this means that woman might have been marking us since we've got here. It's possible. I apologize for not noticing sooner. Even a moment's lapse can expose one to a curse. I was careless, but I won't let it happen again. You can be cursed that easily? That's terrifying. What a world we live in. That concludes all the information I gathered from my inquiries. That helps a lot, thanks. So, shall I summarize our next steps? Yes, I suppose we need to do something about all this. Let's see. About the unidentified skeletons. Regarding the unidentified skeletons, until we can identify the victim from the sketch, we have no other leads to move forward. I believe that is best left in Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉's hands. Adachi? Yes, agreed. And I think the same goes for that Somekawa woman from earlier. We'll have Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼 look into her. It's nice to have someone we can rely on. Agreed on that end too. In other words, we can safely leave the skeleton case to him for now. Yes. though we should remain vigilant regarding the cursed stones. Yeah, we don't want to get cursed. Regarding our main objective, or the so-called curse of the raging waves. Without knowing how to lift it, there's not much we can do right now. I don't suppose there's a chance you'll be able to break the curse using brute force. You're quite good at that. It's certainly an option if worse comes to worse, but I can't say I have high hopes it would work. I guess it would be more realistic to try to find some clues about the whereabouts of your ancestors' keepsake instead. Indeed, it said that item may hold the key to lifting the curse of the raging waves. Oh! Interesting. So the reason maybe why we're here is for that entirely, but then we're just getting wrapped up in all these murder cases. So that's why we're looking for the ancestors' keepsake. Oh. Even the location of the map pointed that keepsake has unfortunately been lost to time. Although the map was said to be hidden inside a model of a mermaid mummy. One rumor says it was sold overseas during the Edo period. Huh. Doesn't sound promising. If we can't find it, I guess we're back to trying to break the curse with brute force. But to even consider that route, we need much more intel from the island. Which is why we need to head to Kameshima. At the very least, advise the locals to evacuate. Yes, hopefully someone of influence will believe us about the curse of the raging waves. Is something wrong? No. It's just that one of the islanders I spoke with seems to be calling me over. Something may have happened. I'll go find out. Please do. Ma'am. What was it? The person who called me over shared a new piece of information. They were told to keep it a secret, but opened up since we're with the police. Go on. Earlier this morning, down by the shore, they apparently found something that resembled the corpse of a mermaid. A mermaid? Really? That same person reported it to a local authority and was immediately ordered to tell no one, not even the police. You're kidding me. That local authority then contacted an unknown individual. Soon after, someone came and secretly retrieved the mermaid corpse. So this is a different one. Okay, because I was gonna say, we saw a quote-unquote mermaid corpse, but it was technically of Somekawa, the lady we saw 5 seconds ago. Or maybe a few hours ago. And they said they saw this corpse in the morning. So this is a different mermaid corpse? Quote-unquote mermaid. That couldn't be more suspicious, could it? Exactly. They were uneasy about the whole thing, which is why they confided in me. So, what shall we do? Did they describe what the mermaid looked like? Yes. They said from the head to the shoulders it was human, but below that, entirely fish. That's the exact same as what we saw! So, it was not the classic mermaid from fairy tales, it would seem. Only the head was human. They said it was also completely dried out, almost mummified. Oh! The face was unrecognizable. But they thought it resembled a local ama diver named Tamiko Suma. What? Apparently, she went out diving alone this morning and hasn't returned. That's likely what worried the witness the most. That is troubling. Damn it. Just what we needed. More things to deal with. First things first. Let's deal with this mermaid story. Come on. Damn. Oh, we can't do it. Oh, wait. Ooh, we got another one, guys. Excuse me. So this is where we found this corpse is Somekawa's corpse. The lady we just saw. Here, we found out that there's also another mermaid corpse that was missing now. Let's continue. Date unknown. Why don't we know the date? We don't know the date. Oh my god, that guy's looking into her soul, dude. Look at him. Mr. Yamashina, thank you for agreeing to meet with us on such short notice. I understand you're a busy man. Not like I have much choice when it's some bigwigs from the prefectural police badgering me to do so. So you're Shiki from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division, was it? Ha! And here I thought you were just some housemaid. You sure you're from the police in that getup? Well, I am primarily a housewife by trade, but that's hardly important right now. You're also known as Unkaku dono, I believe. After hearing so many rumors, it's an honor to make your acquaintance. Rumors, eh? Yoshiatsu Yamashina Unkaku dono. Oh god. We got a profile! Who are you? He's a tycoon. He's 70. Jesus Christ. Alright. A wealthy tycoon who owns multiple companies and swathes of land, particularly in the Sioux and Issei areas, born in the Taisho period and unmarried. His family first came into business in the Edo period, traveling from town to town selling talismans, miscanthus, reeds, hoops, and other items to ward off evil spirits. Drink water. Thank you, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. During the Meiji period, this business expanded into a trading company, and the Yamashina family became prominent contributors to the development of the region. Okay. Born to the heir of the Yamashina family business and the daughter of a noble family, Yoshiatsu grew up in an affluent environment where he received a thorough education tailored to gifted children. Following the end of the war, Yoshiatsu inherited the company assets in his 30s, but was quick to sell off all the shares he owned, using the proceeds to buy and sell real estate and stocks, a practice that made him extremely wealthy. So bro, like, cooked. He just, like, used all his money and made more money. After amassing his fortune, he's shown a keen interest in investing in ambitious young people, actively mentoring those he took a particular liking to. This approach led to the emergence of many successful businessmen, which included Shinobu Wakamura of Kamishima. Those who have received Yamashina's support view him with both gratitude and a sense of awe bordering on reverence, referring to him as Unkaku dono, a title that evokes a figure elevated above the clouds. Okay, so he's just like a business guy is what I'm hearing. Yamashina has always shown a strong attachment to wealth, even as goes as far to show as partaking in illicit activities such as illegal donations, tax evasion, insider trading, and media control, all in an effort to garner even more status and money. Bro is desperate for money. Whoa. In the shadow of the many success stories enabled by his support, many more of his beneficiaries have fallen into bankruptcy or have been arrested, fueling endless unsavory rumors about him to this day. Yamashina himself, however, seems to be unconcerned by these rumors, considering anything he does that does not directly harm him to be beneath his notice. All right, he doesn't give a fuck. Even as a lifelong bachelor, he has surrounded himself with many followers, both publicly and privately, and has never lacked anything to satisfy his personal needs. Okay. A few years ago, he began to seriously consider the issue of a successor, driven by his determination that his beloved fortune should never fall into the hands of someone untrustworthy. Perhaps for this reason, he began to develop a keen fascination with immortality around the same time, and is said to secretly be investing vast amounts of money into research at on the topic. Bro is investigating immortality. Maybe he's looking for mermaids. Yes, I hear you've been doing some, under-the-table research into immortality. And? So what if I am? Well now, I wouldn't have expected you to be such a dreamer, but it does make you a bit more relatable. Huh. You can laugh all you want. What's it got to do with the police anyway? It seems on this particular occasion it has quite a bit to do with the police, unfortunately. You don't say. Alright, we're in his house. These splendid gardens all fall within the grounds of Mr. Yamashina's Issei City estate. Part of me wonders why he needed so much space when he doesn't have a family. I suppose he has an image to maintain. Yeah, there's not a lot of investigation in this game. Like, with like... Sticker! Oh my god, there is an investigation! Oh, I got an achievement. I got 5 Mockingbird stickers. Look at this one. Look at him. Look at his outfit. Oh my god. Look at his outfit. Oh. You found 5 Mockingbirds. You can now access the Mockingbird relationship chart from the story chart setting screen. No, I need to see the Mockingbird relationship freaking. I need to see it. The Mockingbird relationship chart. I want to know who's in love. Oh my god, this is so exciting, guys. I can't believe we're having a freaking a relationship tree with the freaking Mockingbird stickers. This is crazy. People like Yamashina have a tendency to underestimate me whenever I meet them alone. Having someone intimidating like Soto with me gets them to take me more seriously. I'm glad he's here with me today. She's so appreciative to him. It's so cute. She's like, this is my little companion, Soto. This is my life. All right, let's see if there's anything around here. Any green? Oh, it looks the sticker shows up purple. That's good to know. Even if it doesn't show me anything else, at least the sticker shows up with that. A little deeper. Cool. I think after looking into the corpse of the mermaid this morning, it seems highly likely that it was taken into the custody of Mr. Yamashina here. Oh, he took the corpse. He's quite the big shot around here, with plenty of weight to throw around both politically and financially. Of course, all the local police know of him and of his moniker, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. He had to get one of the higher-ups to act as an intermediary. We had to get one of the higher-ups to act as an intermediary to even get a meeting with him. Personally, I'm happy as long as we can get the mermaid corpse back from him. Although I certainly won't complain if he could tell us anything about the curse as well. I hear he's quite the curmudgeon, so we'll have to watch our step when dealing with him. Alright. What do you think, Soto? I'm amazed that we were able to get an appointment with him this quick. Yes, and it's all thanks to Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉. It would seem he's quite the capable fellow. Adachi? He looks like Adachi to me, guys. I'm not over it. I know he's just a guy with hair, but... I'll get straight to the point. I believe you took a mermaid corpse into your possession this morning. What? That corpse is linked to an ongoing case. We came here to ask you to release it to police custody. Huh. No idea what you're on about. Of course, you will get something in return. We have some information I'm sure you'll find quite profitable in exchange. Like I said, no idea what you're on about. If it's all you came here for, then scram. Oh? Pity. I really thought you'd be interested in what we had to share. Assuming you really are interested in immortality. Yo, we're like blackmailing him low-key. We're baiting him. Well, I suppose we barely know each other. It's only natural you'd be wary of our intention. What do you say to a little chat to get to know each other better, Mr. 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙿? This is Yoshiatsu Yamashina. He's a tycoon with multiple properties and companies to his name, mostly based here in Issei Shima. He's long been rumored of being involved in various shady dealings. Special Investigations has had an eye on him for a while now, but they haven't managed to find any concrete evidence so far. It seems he has a knack for pinning the blame on his supporters or for finding a way to slip away. Needless to say, he and the police are quite familiar with each other by this point. Oof. Though I don't doubt he has local police chiefs and politicians under his thumbs behind the scene. There's no need for me to get involved in all that. I'll be satisfied as long as I get the information we need from him. Interesting. I would never be wary of a stranger baddie. True. Like, she is a baddie. She is a baddie. What can we say? Ah, to save to turn to Deco. Yes. I've been fied. All right. What else do you got, bro? Oh my god, we got 4 options. About Yamashima. I hear you've been putting quite a bit of effort into training up the younger generation recently. What's your take on today's youth? Useless, the lot of them. Yeah. Bunch of pushovers that have let all this new generation tripe go to their heads. We're the ones who built this country back up after the war, but they're all out there strutting around like they own the place. Far too big for their britches. My, what a scathing review. Would our resident member of the new generation like to comment at all? He's like, do not involve me in this discussion, please! Please don't call me that. I hear you've been searching for a successor, though. Given your strong opinions on the matter, I take it that you're struggling. Though I can see why that could lead to a desire for immortality. After all, there's no need to cede your legacy to someone if you can remain the reins yourself, Huh. That might have been true when I started my research. Oh? I take it that isn't the case now. I'm no spring chicken. The thought of living forever, hundreds of years like this ain't exactly appealing anymore. I don't see much point in immortality if I'm already long past my prime. That's true. Who wants to be like grandpa and then live forever? Well, that certainly is different from the rumors. My apologies for jumping to conclusions. You have my wholehearted agreement that immortality doesn't necessarily bring happiness, though. Let me clear up one more thing while we're at it. I've already decided on my successor. Oh? Turns out the perfect candidate was right under my nose the entire time. I haven't told them yet, but they're a sharp one. They'll do a fine job. Is that so? I'm glad to hear it. I suppose that would mean you no longer have any need for immortality then. Also, did you guys notice? Our lady has like some marks on her neck, it looks like. I don't think that's shading. I think she actually has some sort of like curse mark on her neck, maybe? I noticed that in some of the sprite and I second guessed it for a while, but it generally looks like she has something on there. I was thinking abuse. No, she seems to really like her husband. Like, supposedly she like loves her husband a lot. So I don't think it's abuse. It must be something else. Maybe just character design. Huh. Who said I still wasn't interested? It simply has nothing to do with my successor. I still intend to continue my research. For medical advancement, you understand. Think of it as doing my bit for society. I don't think you're that selfless. He's probably trying to sell it for more money. You lot are always quick to assume the worst of whatever I do. How about you mind your business for change? Well, there's not much we can say to that. We'll try to be more discerning from now on. I've already chosen my successor. I don't need to harp on about it anymore. Already written up my will and passed it off to my lawyer. You be sure to let your friends and the police know too. Alright. How about Yumeko? By the way, you're obviously not just some run-of-the-mill cop. Who are you? Why, I believe I mentioned it when I introduced myself. I'm just a simple housewife. A likely tale. Plus, that fellow next to you has got a strange air. about him. He's no ordinary person, is he? Look at him. Soto is pouting. He's like, I'm not strange. Don't call me strange. I just have psychic powers that I can see shit. And I'm kind of cool like that. Come on. My, how observant of you. I suppose you could say that, yes. Doesn't take a genius to see it. One of them phony psychic types, are ya? Phony! Hit a nerve, did I? There are far too many of your kind around lately. Cozying up to those in power by feeding them a bunch of nonsense. Liars and cheaters, all of you. You seem to have quite the chip on your shoulder about this, Mr. Yamashina. Huh. Don't know if it's because of this occult craze going around, but I've seen far too many folks get taken in by that tripe. Occult craze. Spiritual phenomena, the supernatural, aliens, cryptids, lost civilizations, extrasensory perception, the list goes on. Such unexplainable phenomena are quick to take life of their own. A plesiosaur named Nessie living in Loch Ness. Sightings of mythical creatures like the Tsuchinoko or Hibagon. The urban legends of the Kuchisake Onna and Hanako-san. Television reports of spoon-bending physics, psychics, documentaries featuring spirit photography, and UFOs that become the talk of the school next day. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public's interest. Magazines specializing in paranormal phenomena continue to thrive with no end to the craze in sight. Yeah. Soto is not gonna like that. That Wakamura over on Kamishina is one of them. Talk about a waste of potential. Oh yes, Wakamura is the rich guy that's on Kamishima, and supposedly he does call sorcerers to his place all the time because he believes in them. Wakamura. Oh my god, now we got Wakamura. Can't say I care much about who you are anymore. You're going around some phony psychic tells me all I need to know. How dare you! Soto, calm down. He can think what he wants. We're rage baiting Soto right now. All right, maybe talk about Wakamura. Who might this Wakamura be? Wakamura, he's one of my proteges. He's the one currently in charge over on Kamishina. Used to have high hopes for that one, but that changed when he came under the thrall of some phony sorcerer in Tokyo. A phony sorcerer in Tokyo? You heard right. Since then, there's been no end to all his nonsense. Buying properties down in the mountains, changing company names, all because of something the sorcerer whispered in his ear. He even told me the layout of my home was unlucky and tried to get me to renovate the place. Just recently, he was going on about a curse causing a big storm. That sort of rubbish. Okay, maybe his sorcerers are actually cooking. A storm caused by a curse, you say? Ha! He even said the storm 5 years ago was caused by the same curse. Okay, well, Wakamura knows ball. Even though he's kind of also seems like an asshole, I think. He's been trying to wheedle me into helping him find some way to stop it. But I'm done with him and his rambling. Man's clearly a lost cause. He'll be coming over here tomorrow morning, but I'm thinking it's time to have someone else take over the reins on Kamishima. I see. So even though you believe in immortality, you refuse to associate with anything to do with the occult. And you do. I figured someone claiming to be a cop would have more sense than that. How are we meant to solve crimes if criminals can just pull out curses left and right? You won't find me disagreeing there. Girl, we are in the paranormal division. We are not about to argue. We don't give a fuck what you believe. So what exactly has this Wakamura been saying about this curse? Hell if I remember. Why don't you go to Kamishima and ask the man yourself? Maybe we will. Thank you for the information. Gotta go now, Ari. Take care. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Thank you. I'm trying. This game is this is a talking game where I'm doing a lot of talking. So I'm working on my hydration. Hi, Ari. How are you tonight? Hi, no Travis. I'm good. I'm great. I'm having fun playing some PARANORMASIGHT and the Mermaid's Curse. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. TLDR, if you don't know the story, we're currently investigating mermaids, which are, we think, people actually just being cursed by this fish curse that they get turned into fishes halfway through and then killed. So we're trying to figure out what's going on here. So far, we're talking to this old guy, trying to get info out of him. Yep. All right, about mermaids. Your mom looks beautiful. Oh, thank you. White Division Prime. Thank you. There's one thing I should warn you about. Eating the flesh of that mermaid you found won't grant you immortality. And what would you know about that? Well, you know, one hears all sorts of things in this day and age. I don't know where it came from, but it seems to be a legend that eating mermaid flesh will grant one immortality. All I wanted to say was that it's just that, a legend. It has no basis in reality at all. How can you be so sure? Just think about it. If that legend were true, wouldn't it be strange that no confirmed immortals have ever been found? Yeah. What's to say they are just living in hiding? The legend of the legend of 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 is passed down in over 100 places across Japan. Yet not a single verifiable immortal has been ever found to show for it. So you mean to say all those legends were fake? Please. If even just one of those tales is true, there's always a chance there's an immortal hiding away somewhere. I see. You really are quite the dreamer, aren't you? Ha! I figure you're trying to bluff me out of that mermaid corpse for some reason or other. But now I'm sure of it. The thing's hiding some sort of secret, isn't it? Something you don't want me to find out. Dots. Let's not ask about mermaids again yet. Are you damn Snek? What do you mean? I am a Snek. Why damn? Wakamura. Is there anything else you can tell us about the phony sorcerer this Wakamura is so devoted to? Wakamura went on about how there's some big shot who appeared on television. I've never heard of them. As I said, just ask him yourself. Oh, of course. We'll be sure to do so. Let's just show him the portrait sketch. By the way, you're quite well connected around these parts, if I'm not mistaken. This doesn't have anything to do with what we came here to talk about. But I was wondering if you happen to recognize the person in this sketch. It seemed he lived in the 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 area around 6 years ago. Nope, never seen him. I assume you've heard the news about the old human bones found on the seabed. This is a sketch of one of the victims found from that case. You sure you have no idea who it could be? Huh. First I've heard of it, actually. Got no interest in things that have nothing to do with me. Alright, back to about mermaids. Bo is very interested in this. So you admit you have the mermaid corpse, then? Oh, don't worry. We assumed as much from the start. If I'm not mistaken, the mermaid was in some sort of mummified state, no? I doubt you'll be eating it as is. Surely there's no harm in handing it over. Ha! So you could hog it for yourself? You won't fool me that easily. You don't think that a rare specimen like that ought to be placed in the care of a proper research institute? I'm saying I'll get a specialist research institute to study it. Problem solved. I suppose so. I need that. I'll make sure the mermaid gets studied properly. Don't you worry about that. Okay, we need to do something. Let's think. Perhaps he isn't as fixated on immortality as I thought. That leaves us in a rather unfavorable position. How should we approach this now, I wonder? Yeah, I still don't see anything with my green. Maybe Soto has some thoughts after being rage baited. Oh wait, shit, no. Oh, apparently he wears that crested hakama every day. A hakama every day, not exactly casual wear for most people. Or something like that in summer heat as commitment to keep up to appearances. Ooh, how about this then? If you agree to give up the mermaid, I'll tell you what we know in return. For someone who doesn't seem to believe in the occult, you seem awfully transfixated on this mermaid and immortality. Which suggests to me that you found something you consider quite conclusive. Bah! What do you want about now? Well, I happen to know a bit more about mermaids than most people. Ma'am, are you sure? It's fine. I had the opportunity to do some research into them a while back, you see. You don't say. And? Well, mermaids do indeed have the ability to grant a human immortality. What? Ha! I knew it. More precisely, individuals granted immortality in this way are known as 800-year immortals. Huh. So they have a lifespan of 800 years. Whoa. That's right. As the name suggests, they gain 800 years of remaining life. During this time, they won't age a day, and even if they die, they'll resurrect immediately. Huh. Sounds like a real blessing. No, I'm afraid it's anything but. One who defies the very laws of nature like that is no longer human. They're an anomalous being that should not be allowed to exist. As such, our position requires that any such individuals we find are dealt with as swiftly as possible. What? Indeed, this immortality was originally a curse Mermaid placed upon humans. A curse? Immortality is neither a blessing nor salvation for the living. It's a curse that robs them of the ability to die. None of those who have become 800-year immortals have found happiness. Not one. It renders living among other humans impossible, and it makes them an outcast from society. Of course, there are a few years at first when life will be tolerable. But after that, every meeting ends in parting. You outlive whomever you love or are loved by. Even if you find acceptance, it will only be for a time. You will always be shunned eventually. You experience this over and over for 800 years. 800 years unable to die, with loneliness as your constant companion. Oh my god! This is why many see no other recourse than a life of monastic seclusion, just as 𝙀𝙬𝙋𝘼𝙉 did. I suppose that makes sense. Still, there'll always be those who seek immortality. Always have, always will be. You think so? I, for one, struggle to see the appeal. In any case, there are also certain conditions that must be met for this curse of immortality to be effective. Eating mermaid flesh alone isn't enough to make you an 800-year immortal. Oh? What exactly are these conditions? Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not aware of the specifics there myself. Damn! So they're not really immortal, but they do live for 800 years, which is kind of insane. Wait, oh my god, wait, this has got some weird shit. Someone who ingests parts of the body of a mermaid that meets certain conditions will be cursed and become a being known as an 800-year immortal. Once cursed, the individual's own body is lost, and a provisional body is reconstructed using the parts of the mermaid ingested as a medium. The individual's body is lost. We're gonna see someone die. 100%. But what happened really is that was their original body that got lost. And now they are cursed like this for 800 years. 100%. 100%. Surely. My brain senses are tingling right now, dude. I bet you we will. It could even be Somekawa at this point. Maybe Somekawa's still alive despite us having found her body because of that. I don't know. I have no idea. Their soul is transferred to this provisional body, which they are able to control as if it were their own, with their consciousness presiding over both their soul and body from the head. As such, they have already been considered to be more spirit in nature than human. If the individual is fatally wounded or contracts an illness that results in their death, their body will be instantly restored to the default state, allowing them to revive. In the event they lose any body parts, their heart will treat the largest remaining part of them as the main body and regenerate any lost parts from there. So, if they got cut in half, the bigger half will be what they regenerate. With the removed parts subsequently vanishing. Oh, interesting. The removed parts vanish. This even occurs in the event that the lost body part is the head. However, these individuals heal from non-fatal wounds at an only slightly faster rate than their bodies would be capable of naturally. Ugh. As these people feel physical sensations and pain to the same extent they would have in their original bodies, it is extremely difficult to tell whether an individual is an 800-year more immortal or not unless they die, even for the individual themselves. So they might not even know that they're cursed. The lifespan of this provisional body is 800 years from the time of its creation. Due to the individual's original body already being lost, not even the mermaid responsible for the original curse is able to dispel it. The individual will only see the end of their long life once 800 years has passed. Holy shit! That's crazy! But I can say this much at least. The mummy you have in your possession is no mermaid. Huh? Bullshit! Ain't no way that's anything other than a mermaid! What I mean to say is that mummy is a different being from the mermaids who wield this curse. Not all half-fish, half-human beings are mermaids, you see. In fact, calling them all by the same name is what leads to mishaps like this one. Say what? You mean to tell me that it's not a mermaid? That real mermaids are a complete separate thing? That's right. Which is why I can say with confidence that eating its flesh won't make you immortal. Seems like you weren't bluffing after all. So, what is that thing then? There's gotta be some reason you're after it. I imagine that even if you had dissected and examined, all results would point it to being just a mass of fibers. In other words, nothing more than a man-made fake. There's a very good reason for that. You see, that mummy is merely the corpse of an average human, twisted beyond recognition by the curse of the forsaken fish. What? Another curse! Another curse wielded by mermaids, as it happens. That would be the remains of someone who died under it. Oh, what? So the mermaids are the ones who wield the fish thingy? So supposedly if the mermaids exist, they are turning people into half fish and letting them die, is what I'm seeing. What she's saying, at least. It also happens to be the same curse responsible for the mermaids found every few hundred years or so across the country. You see now why we'd rather you handed the mermaid over to us. The poor soul deserves a proper burial, same as anyone else. Surely, even though you're not so hard-hearted as to deny them that. Ha! Curses this, curses that. It's all a bunch of hokum if you ask me. That said, the report I got from the Research Institute earlier said the same thing. Oh my. I take it you already had the mermaid dissected then. They said it was likely a fake, but they asked if I wanted them to keep going anyway. I told them to keep at it, but It should be clear now that you have nothing to gain from researching that corpse. Least of all, information on immortality. Won't you consider handing it over? Of course, we could always take you in on charges of abandonment and desecration of a corpse. All right, have it your way. I'm so glad you've come around. Thank you for your cooperation. Damn, we kind of cooked his ass. I'll give you the damn mermaid, but in exchange, I want you to tell me one thing. What is it? You say there are real mermaids out there. Where are these mermaids hiding then? I suppose you could call it the eternal world. What the fuck is happening? What is happening? Why are we going in so hard right now on this? Holy shit! The eternal world. Yes, mermaids are not creatures of this world, you see. Their original home is 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿, the domain of the sea god. 𝙀𝙀𝙋? And how do you get there? I'm sorry to say that 𝙀𝙀𝙋's doors only open once. Are only open to the dead. Going there is impossible for a living human. Ha! You can claim anything with a fairy tale like that. It all sounds like hokum. That said, the entrance to 𝙀𝙀𝙋 is said to lie somewhere in the 𝙀𝙀𝙋 Sea. There have been numerous sightings of mermaids crossing over to this world in the area's long history. Which is why 𝙀𝙀𝙋 has its share of mermaid legends too. Now that you mention it, I have heard those stories too. Some old tale about mermaids being found on some long-lost island called 𝙀𝙀𝙋 or the like. Oh, that's the island that is south of Kameshima, and supposedly they hate Kameshima because their whole island got destroyed. What? Wait a moment. Where did you hear that story? Aha! Caught your interest, have I? Looks like this story has some merit to it after all. I was simply surprised, that's all. It's not a name I've come across in any historical records. What? Yes, we have lore about 𝙀𝙀𝙋. 𝙀𝙀𝙀! An island said to have previously located to the south of Kameshima. As it long since vanished, it is sometimes referred to as 𝙀𝙀𝙀 or Lost Island. I guess Tai is lost. No official records remain, and it remains shrouded in mystery, with knowledge of it preserved only in tales passed down between residents of 𝙀𝙀𝙀 area. Legend said it was besieged by someone 400 years ago, and the curse of the murdered islanders caused the entire island to sink. Yes, we talked about this. It's all coming together. It's just something I heard from one of the youngins I have out there looking for mermaids. I see. Seems like you've got a capable young hand. I don't suppose it would be possible to meet with this individual. Nope, not happening. Unless you're willing to spill the beans on everything you know about mermaids. Every last bit of info. Maybe, just maybe I'll consider it then. It's clear you're no ordinary housewife after all. Ugh. Not interested? Then this meeting is over. I'll hand the corpse over to the police as promised. But don't think I've given up on mermaids or immortality. If they really exist, I'll find them and make them mine. Okay, freak. Guys, we're on a map. Oh, there's like Kameshima's over there. And this is, we're in Japan. Me when we're in Japan. Date unknown. Again, August 19, 8 blank afternoon, Nihon. Oh my god, it's Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉. Hey there, you two. Sorry for calling you out while you're so busy. I figured it'd be best to give you the rundown of our findings as soon as possible. It's no problem. Go ahead. Spirit sight! Are there any stickers in this area? Are there any stickers in this area? Are there any stickers? No. This is my sticker vision, guys. That's how I find stickers. This is one of Issei City's residential districts. Right now, the ground is so hot, the air around it seems to be shimmering. Youch. Police box! That's just the police box I was waiting at. Oh, that's just the police box I was waiting at. Something you were wondering about? Oh no, I just happened to find myself looking at it, that's all. Would you rather talk inside? Though there's no air conditioner, so it's probably colder out here. It's quite alright. Talking out here should be fine. Damn, they got no air conditioning in here? I hear the cicadas going. It's hot. Doesn't look like there's anything else. There's a woman. What do you think, Soto? Despite the heat, Soto looks as unruffled as ever. I do hope he isn't just pretending to be alright. Yeah, bro, you're wearing like a huge thingy. Let's hear what Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 has to say. Alright. What about my suit, are you? It's just a cheap old thing. Sorry, I don't have anything more presentable. Adachi? Imagine the humidity. I know. And then, like, they're on the ocean hot. Ooh. It was hot, just turn off the sun switch. Oh, true? Didn't think about that. Alright. Let's think. A message came in from Detective 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 just as we were about to head to Kameshima. So we stopped by to hear what he had to say. Impressively quick work on his part, to be sure. I just hope he has some good information for us. Alright, what do you got? About Yamashina. So, did you manage to meet up with Mr. Yamashina? Yes, thank you for your help there. It seems he's willing to hand the body over without any fuss. Really? That's great. Still, why would some big shot tycoon go to all that trouble to withhold a body? If everything I've heard is true, you could probably take him out on charges of desecrating a corpse, you know. Or was there something special about that corpse? How observant of you, Detective. I can, of course, explain if you'd like to know more. Wait a second. Is that related to that secret department of yours? I think I'm better off not knowing if so. Oh, really? I don't mind bringing you into the fold. Ma'am, please stop trying to rope him into helping us. She's like, I'm just gonna do what I want. I don't give a fuck. I like her. She's so funny. And she's an interesting one. I like her. I do. I've never met the guy, but I hear he's quite the cranky old geezer. How'd your meetings go? I bet he was pretty wary of you being with the police, but he didn't try to pick a fight or anything, did he? We're both like, talking to that guy. He freaking sucked. Well, I'm not sure you could say it went smoothly, but I don't think we upset him, at least. Probably. You, don't sound very sure about that. Well, we tried to not do that. Oh, right. That's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. So I got all hands on deck to go around asking about that sketch you gave me. I finally found someone who recognized the victim. Oh, that's great news. The person who recognized him was a housewife in her 20s who lived in Kumano 7 years ago. Apparently, the sketch looked like a 19-year-old she knew who left a village to go to the city. I was saying Persona 4 dude. Yeah, Adachi! Adachi? It reminds me of the detective from Death Note. Oh, that guy too. What the fuck was his name? That is also a good one, though. How do you for your follow? All right. Apparently, the sketch looks like a 19-year-old she knew. So 7 years ago, he was 19, no? From the sounds of it, the guy had no relatives to speak of. Left the village with nothing but the clothes on his back. She doesn't know what happened to him after that. I see. That would make him a young man with no relatives who left his hometown behind 7 years ago. So we get a name for our mystery man? Sure did. His name was 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. I looked him up in the resident registry, and it does look like he moved from Kumano to Ise City 7 years ago. But it seems he doesn't live at the place he put as his address anymore. Oh, that's unfortunate. I checked in with the apartment's landlord, and it would seem about 6 years ago. The landlord had his contract terminated after he failed to pay both his rent and to return to his apartment for several months straight. Yeah, that's our guy. That's our guy. The landlord didn't put out a search request or anything, so that's where the trail ends, I'm afraid. If he went missing 6 years ago, I suppose it wouldn't surprise me if those were his remains. We'll keep looking into Ikoma to see if he was involved in anything that might have led to his murder. Of course, there's always a possibility we got the wrong guy, so we'll keep asking around just in case. Please do. No, that was definitely him. Based on that. Testimonies indicate that the individual in his sketch resemble a youth by the name of 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙋, with no relatives. Do I think about that at all? So the person in the sketch has no known relatives. If they went missing, it's unlikely anyone would notice. The woman we spoke to said the sketch was really accurate. No doubt in her mind it was Ikoma. Well, well, that accurate. Oh, look at Soto. He is so pleased by that. Then I'm sure we've got the right person. He's like, I sketched so good, guys. Still, how did we even make that sketch? There was nothing left of the victim but bones. Ah, well, let's just say it's classified for now. All right. Guess that means I shouldn't try to pry any further. All right, about Somikawa. Oh, yeah. I also looked into that lady you were asking about, Somikawa. Oh, yes. Did you find anything? Well, it seems she hasn't registered as a resident, even though she moved here 5 years ago. And nothing came up for Somikawa in the civil registry either. So I'm afraid I don't have anything on who she is or where she came from. Sorry to disappoint. Damn! I see. Is that quite common? Happens. It's not unheard of for folks from the countryside to come here for work and just drift on, with no one really knowing who they are. Apparently, it was really common during the post-war growth period. It seems we have quite the mystery woman on our hands. Yep. Oh, there is something I've been wondering about. Oh, let's hear it. What are you wondering about? You have some idea of who she might be. Well, have you heard of the Kamishina Southern Sea disaster? Oh, see, he has the same theory as me. That means I might be wrong. He has the same theory as me. I don't know if... It was a big maritime disaster that struck 5 years back. I have, yes. One of the victims of the disaster was an ama diver and housewife from Kamishina by the name of Mare Minakuchi. But it seems her maiden name was Somekawa. Oh. So our mystery woman shares a surname with a maritime disaster victim. I'm impressed you managed to dig that up. I was already looking into the Kamishima disaster because of the skeletal remains, so it's a happy coincidence if anything. Oh, so you thought they might be related too? I'm glad it wasn't just me. This was too obvious to everyone. Oh! Anyway, it seemed like the bodies of those disaster victims were never found in the end, which got me thinking. Wait, are you saying? Yep. I was thinking that Mare Minakuchi could have survived the disaster 5 years ago. And you think she just moved to Ijika and started going by her old name of Somekawa again? Maybe she had amnesia? Amnesia. That's right. What do you think? Seems like a long shot, but maybe. But if that's the case, why would she have stayed in Ijika for 5 whole years without thinking to contact her family? Maybe she lost her memories in a disaster. I'm just thinking everything that Ide is thinking. Man. Right. If she only had her old memories to rely on, it wouldn't be that odd if she went back to using her old name. Surely her appearance would still be the same, though. It is difficult to imagine no one recognizing her for 5 whole years. It's possible she just never ran into anyone she knew. That kind of thing is more likely than you think. Oh, speaking of appearances, I found a picture of Mare Minakuchi on from a report on the disaster. I haven't met the Somekawa myself, so could you take a look for me and let you know what you think? Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. What do you think, Soto? This is exactly what we did earlier, Snacks! This is exactly what we did earlier! This is exactly what we did earlier! Oh my god, she goes, hey, Sayla, what's up? What's up? We're playing a mystery visual novel game. Welcome in. They look at them, like their eye shape, their nose, and their mouth. But then she's dead, dude. So my theory was right if they were going down this line of thought. But that means she's freaking dead now. I don't know. I feel like it's deeper than this. You're so smart, Ari. Thank you. Didn't you guys think this too, though? I wasn't the only one who thought this, right? While we were doing this. I'm sure you Snacks also thought this. If she aged 5 years and grown badly gaunt, I could totally see how this woman might come to resemble Miss Somekawa. My thoughts exactly. So you agree it's a pretty solid theory? It is certainly worth looking into, yes. If she really is Mare Minakuchi, there's something else that concerns me. Something else? Oh? Let's think it again. I can't deny Miss Somekawa and Miss Mare Minakuchi closely resemble each other. But could there really be a connection there? I don't know. They literally look the same. Somekawa. Something about that name has been bothering me. Have I heard it somewhere before? I don't know. Have I? I'm looking real quick. Somekawa. I don't know. Maybe she's just thinking about herself. Let's see one more time. Nothing. Has anything changed? There's a running guy. That guy's running in this heat. That lady's standing in this heat. All right. What do you think, bro? This is just what I've heard. But it seems like the islanders over on Kamishina think that this Mare Minakuchi was the cause of disaster 5 years ago. What? Why would they think that? No idea, but it seems like it's pretty much taken for granted by most of the folks over there. Even just mentioning her name is sort of taboo. So I was thinking it wouldn't be that odd if she felt she couldn't go back home because of that. Surely not. Seems as good a reason as any why she wouldn't want to come forward anyway. If she really is related to that storm 5 years ago, she's a point of interest regardless of her connection to the skeletal remains. Perhaps it's worth looking into that first. Oh! Drink water! Oh, thank you, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿. I will. Can I leave talking to Miss 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝘼𝙁 to you two then? We'll handle that, yes. So people believe this Mare Minakuchi called forth the curse of the raging waves 5 years ago, do they? I didn't expect the curse of the raging waves to come up here of all places. Wait. That's it! I remember now! The sole survivor of Taishima. His surname was Somekawa. Oh wait, no, it doesn't say that here. I guess that she just remembered that somehow. There was something else about Somekawa. A wooden box? Surely that'd be too much of a coincidence? Well then, that's all I had to report. Thank you, Detective. That was very informative. As for our next move, could we ask you to keep looking into 𝙀𝙀𝙋𝘼𝙉 for us? Roger that. We'll see if we can find Somekawa again and hear what she has to say. Unfortunately, it looks like our trip to Kamishima will have to wait until tomorrow. So it seems. Oh, you have business on Kamishima too? That was actually our original reason for coming here, yes. And now we've got caught up in all this other troublesome business, so it looks like dealing with that will have to come first. And here I was, hoping to get this over with as soon as possible so I could get back home to my husband. I see. You sure are devoted to your husband. Oh, very much. Though I do worry, as he never eats properly when I'm not around. Okay. In any case, please do get in touch if you find anything else of note. Even if it's just something out of the ordinary happening. Anything could be of help. Sure will do. Now you're kind of making me worried something might actually happen now. I'd certainly prefer if it didn't. Anyway, we're counting on you, Detective. Oh, we're going back. All right. Shit, we're like going in on this, guys. Whoa. Oh. Bad news, ma'am. It seems we were a step too late. What do you mean? It seems someone came and took that Somekawa woman out to sea just a few minutes ago. What? According to the witness, a foreign man came into the port with Miss Somekawa in tow. And they boarded a motorboat that was moored there and headed out into the bay. It didn't appear to be by force, so we could probably assume that they knew each other. A foreign man? Not sure what's going on, but we should probably get a boat and follow just in case. Yes, let's see if... Ah! Soto? What's wrong? This spiritual force, it's overwhelming. Ah! My body won't move. What's going on? Ugh. Oh. What the fuck? Who are you? That girl over there. Is she doing this? You can withstand this curse. You really are quite strong, mister. Sorry, but I can't let you go any further. I'll have to ask you to leave. Oh my god. The 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 Numa. What the fuck? 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 Numa, guardian spirit. Grant me the wisdom of the numinous. Oh, high guiding spirit, light my path ahead. It seems like they've saved us the effort of searching for them. So it seems. Let's see if this girl could tell us what we want to know. What the fuck is happening? Oh! Who are you? I could ask the same of you. What do you want with Miss Somekawa? So you know who Miss Somekawa is, do you? Maybe. What's it to you? Ma'am, this girl's spirit sense is extremely potent, but she lacks experience. She seems hesitant to employ curses against people. If I have an opening, I can use my curse of binding to restrain her. Usually it's too risky to use on ordinary people, but that shouldn't apply here. All right, so I don't mind getting some information out of her, so this is as good an opportunity as any. I'll see if I can get her to lower her guard. When she wavers, I'll signal for you to use the curse of binding. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. On your signal. Oh shit! Use Soto's curse of binding to restrain your opponent when they let their guard down. Press use curse button to signal him to use it. You may have 3 chances! Oh no. Let's see. I don't think threaten is gonna be good for her right now. Maybe we try to appease her first. Now, there's no need to be so uptight. How about we stop all this and just talk a bit? Not happening. You're just gonna use a curse the moment I drop my focus. Oh shit. Compliment? You certainly have some remarkable strength for your age. Why, it might even be too much for us. What's with the sudden praise? You're creeping me out. Okay, it looks like we have multiple choices we can see. Question. Can we assume the foreign man who took away Miss Somekawa is a friend of yours then? So what if he is? Why are you trying to follow them? Give up. Are you threatened? If you resist anymore, we'll have you taken in for obstruction of public duties. Wait! You're with the police? Despite appearances, yes. Defying us could net you quite the heavy punishment. I see. You must be from Paranormal Affairs. Oh, wait, she knows our shit now. How does she know that? Okay. Then I definitely can't do what you say. Ah, shit. What? Oh, God. You have quite some nerve standing up to us despite knowing where we're from. Don't think you'll get off lightly for this. Threatening me won't get you anywhere. You can't arrest me unless it's an emergency, right? Shit, okay. I can't threaten her anymore. Question. What do you want with Miss Somekawa? I could say the same for you. You just want the relic for yourself, don't you? What? You know about the relic? Oh shit. May I compliment her again? Even knowing from paranormal affairs, you're keeping a straight face and hide your ties. I can tell you're both bold and smart. Ugh, thanks I guess. Will you give up now? Shit. No! Maybe I should have done it when I threatened her. But she looked away. I don't know if that was it or not. We'd rather not be heavy-handed about this either. Let's calm down and find some other way to resolve this, Sorry, but that won't work on me. Matter of Belly's age, you see. Oh my god. You're also with paranormal affairs, then? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I suppose it's the trouble with secret departments. Not even their own members recognize each other. What a bother. Appease again? So we're both from paranormal affairs, are we? Let's talk. Perhaps there's some way we can help. I told you, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm gonna try using the curse here. Ugh, she's so wary of us. Oh, we have to keep going then. Question more. So you're with paranormal affairs, but you need the relic yourself and you're unwilling to cooperate with us. Am I correct? If that's what you think, can you give up already? Oh no. She seems like too aware. Maybe this one where she closes her eyes. That didn't work either. She really isn't letting her guard down. Sorry, Soto. This is our last chance. Maybe I have to use the give up option and then do it when she thinks that we've given up. All right. I will understand where you're coming from. We won't interfere anymore. Soto, you could stop now. Ma'am? Really? Thanks. Oh, shit. Okay, do I... Oh, no. Do I do it? You grown-ups and your dirty tricks! Girl, I don't know who you are! You did well to be cautious of us, but I'm afraid this is how grown-ups get things done. Now, will you tell us what you're up to here? Ugh! Well, I suppose I've slowed you down enough. You'll never catch up to the boat now. Placus Asteri, guide my path, and with thy merciful hand uphold me. What? She broke the binding! Bye-bye. Ah. Ugh, I found it. Stop right there! Looks like she's giving us a slip. I doubt we'll be able to catch her now. Still, I am going to have a word with Paranormal Affairs about that girl. Wow. I put a call to Paranormal Affairs about our errant young lady just now. I see. I assume she is indeed affiliated with them. Yes, it seems her name is Circe Lunar Light. What the fuck kind of name is that? Lunar Light? Okay. She's an exorcist from England who's come. Oh my god, do I have to make her British? She's an exorcist from England who's come here on exchange. Part of her spiritual training, I understand. The Lunar Light family, I see. Oh? Are they well known? I've heard of them, yes. They're a distinguished family of exorcists. Quite an old one, too. It would certainly explain the strength of her spirit sense. Right. In any case, it seems she's in the care of the paranormal affairs while she's in Japan. Honestly, I do wish they'd tell us these things in advance. What is she doing here in the what is she doing here in the Mie prefecture? Well, it seems even paranormal affairs isn't sure what she's up to. They've been looking for her. From the sounds of things, she's been skipping her training assignment to travel around Japan, visiting all sorts of spiritual spots instead. It doesn't seem like they're keeping an eye on her at all. Unfortunately not. They asked me to tell her to return to Tokyo at once when we see her next. I see. Won't work for us then. Yes, the things we find ourselves caught up in. She needed to know about Somekawa too. She seemed to know about Somekawa too. I've got a bad feeling about all of this. Shall we try looking for her? I imagine she's still in the area. No, not now. If all that is true, I doubt she'll be looking to cause too much trouble. Besides, I'm sure we'll run into each other eventually. Well, I think that's enough trouble for one day. Let's call it a day. We'll head for Kamishima first thing tomorrow. Understood. Damn. Whoa. Okay, so we didn't even get on any new routes after that. Wait, I thought we would maybe get the child as a character, but we did not. All right, guys, this is the most important thing we found so far. The Mockingbird Stick-It relationship chart. This guy is in love with some bird here, and these two birds are homies. This bird and this bird are not related at all. A lot of them are buddies with this bird right here, though. Oh, yeah. This is the most important part of the game. What am I looking at right now? So you can find bird stickers in this game. Oh my god, they have lore! You can find collectible stickers in this game and they have lore. A sea racer. He fell for Maverick Mandy. I don't have Maverick Mandy yet. They're spoiling in here. The albatross boss is overwhelming charisma. Oh. Anyway, that was fire. All right. So the only thing we have left now to do is go back to Yuza's route, guys. We're out of detective route. Woo! Let's get back into it. Looks like we're gonna have like a lot of locations to visit and shit here. Kinda spicy, kinda spicy. The residents of Kamishima are extremely against Yuza becoming an Ama diver. So what we learned? Oh yeah, okay. You want to know what we learned first? What we learned is many things actually on this route. 1. Yumeko and Soto are on a quest here to find some ancient artifact that was related to Soto's family. It supposedly can stop the big storm curse thing that's happening around here. While they're looking for it, they come across multiple bodies. They first find one skeletal remains of some bodies that have been chopped up by someone that has a curse artifact. Then they come across supposedly a mermaid corpse again, which is not a real mermaid corpse, a fake mermaid corpse made by the mermaids who curse humans to turn into half fishes. They badger with that guy for a while to get info out of it, and they are like, okay, we need to figure out what's going on with this Somekawa lady, because we think she's actually Mare Minakuchi, Yuza's mom, from the accident 5 years ago, and she's being really sus, and somehow she might actually be related to the old island that was all destroyed, that was related to Kamishima, the Taishima, the Lost Island. After encountering the random European girl They ended up getting delayed on trailing Somekawa, and they ended up back on what's it called? They ended up at Kamishima at least the next day. When they ended up in Kamishima, they got roped into another investigation while they were trying to go around to talk to people and figure out where their artifact relic is and blah blah blah. It's another mermaid body, and this time they're seeing it for themselves. And based on Soto's senses, it is Somekawa's body. My theory is that either Somekawa is still alive because she is cursed to be by a mermaid, so she's living for 800 years, or it's like a red herring somehow. I don't know, but they're kind of giving us the info really easily, so I don't know if I'm just really smart now. I'm just like so smart, or they're giving us a red herring. So that's kind of where we're at for her. Red herring mermaid. Yeah, literally. Yuza, getting back to his story, he's trying to figure out, he thinks his mom's a mermaid, but he doesn't know any about this real mermaid shit that we know in the other route. He just thinks she's a mermaid in general, and she's not actually dead, which he might actually be kind of right, potentially. He might potentially actually be right. But he's beginning a search of his own. Bah. True. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see what old man Wakamura and Tsuyu have to say about all this too. Yeah, assuming Gran agrees to talk about it anyway. Boom. So, oh my god, where should we go first? I mean, let's go talk to my grandma. I want to talk to my grandma. She'll help. August 7th. Welcome back, Yuza. Oh, and Azami's here too. Thanks for having me. You too went out diving today, didn't you? How'd it go? Did you get a decent haul? Gran, about that. I was all set to enjoy the next stage of my life as an AMA diver, but I have found myself on forced leave the very day of my grand debut. Goodness, did something happen? Oh my, Chie and the others said all that. If I were you, I wouldn't pay them any mind. You're not breaking any rules, are you? Gran is like, who gives a fuck about these people? Just do what you want, YOLO. You sure it's okay? No point fretting over pointless details is what I always say. Yo, Grandma, you're real. You're real. Grandma details. She's 63. She's 63 and a grandma? Is that young or old to be a grandma? I feel like that's kind of young to be a grandma. Especially if she's a grandma to my character who's like 18. He's 18. Yeah, that's young to be a grandma, right? He's 18. 63 minus 18. I can't do math. 55. 45. She became a grandma at 45? I mean, I guess this is like rural area. So I guess her daughter having a kid. If she had a kid, maybe say her daughter had a kid at 25 and she had the daughter 20 years before that, that means she would have been 25. Okay, whatever. Math is math. I guess it's fine. Still seems really young to me, but whatever. Yuza Minakuchi's paternal grandmother and a former AMA diver, born in the Taisho period. She's a relaxed and broad-minded nature, but her tendency not to concern herself with the finer details often makes those around her uneasy. Although now retired due to health issues, she was one of the best AMA divers on Kamishima, especially in her younger days, which during which she had a fierce rivalry with Chie Toyama, also known as Chie the Mermaid. Later years saw them reconcile, and they could often be seen talking and laughing together at the diver's hut while grilling their catches. She had lost her husband in the war when her son Tosuke Minakuchi was 3 years old. Dang. Working as an ama diver. I must have underestimated how deep tensions ran. I never imagined they'd still be that hostile towards her. I thought things would have calmed down by now for sure. I'm sorry, Yuza. It's okay, Gran. Not being allowed to dive isn't the end of the world or anything. Are you sure there isn't a reason no one else wants to talk about Mom? Well, no reason I can think of. I'd like to get to the bottom of things here, there if possible. It's gonna affect my life here if I don't, and I'd like to clear Mom's name too. If you don't mind me saying, it does seem pretty weird that people would be this upset just by Yuza coming back to Kamishima. You sure there's not some particular reason they don't like the thought of him going out and diving? Well, no reason I can think of. That's the exact same answer as before. She's determined to pretend she doesn't know. Yeah, girl does not want to say anything. Chie the Mermaid, is she a mermaid? Well, no, we met Chie earlier. She actually is just like a normal lady. They just call her that because she's good at swimming. That's her. Gran, I know you've always been reluctant to talk about Mom, but I'm not a child anymore. Isn't it time you told me the truth? About Mom. You really can't think of any reason why everyone has such a problem with Mom? Well... Alright. I'll be honest with you. Mare wasn't actually human. What? Huh? You mean we were right? Are you for real? Wait. Don't tell me you believe that. Can't you boys take a joke? I was obviously kidding. Did all the seawater pickle your common sense? Oh. Grandma, I thought you were just chill like that. Wait, you were joking? Of course I was. I thought I'd mess around a bit and see if I could get a rise out of you, but you sure turned the tables on me. Turning a prank around on me like that. I have nothing more to teach you, young Yuza. Here I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. It's no good. She's set on giving us a slip. We're not gonna get anything more out of her like this. Maybe she'd be willing to talk if we have more information. Shit. I need to get shit from her. Let me do the normal conversation stuff then first. Working as an ama diver. So, how did your dive out in the bay go? The dive went perfectly. You may know me only as your grandson Yuza, but in truth, I'm the living legend, Kamishima's patron saint of diving. Well now, that does sound impressive. Huh? I was going to leave it at that, but you're serious, aren't you? You've improved by leaps and bounds since I last saw you. Why, if I were to put in numbers, you'd be rank 17! My god, guys, Grandma knows ball. She knows I'm rank 17. Oh my god, she knows. Oh my god. Wow, you could tell all that just by looking at me? Your Gran's been around the ama diving block, you know. There's nothing more I can teach you. You'll make a fine ama diver, Yuza. Thanks, Gran. I'll do proud as your successor. But I've been forbidden from diving for now, so it seems my life as an ama diver will have to wait. No need to fret. I'm sure that it'll sort itself out in time. I don't know about that. Your grandma's the same as ever, huh? Whatever the case, I'm happy you've chosen to follow in my footsteps, Yuza. Good thing I thought to keep Mare's outfit, huh? Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about being able to fit into my mom's clothes at this age. You never did get any taller after middle school, did you? Damn! Has my constant diet of fresh seafood meant nothing? He hasn't gotten taller after middle school. It's nothing you need to worry about, Yuza. Doesn't make you any less charming. Guys. He never got taller after middle school. Middle school is when the accident happened. Is Yuza already having a 800-year curse as a mermaid? Is that how he survived? Is that how he survived the whole thing? Maybe he did die. I'm like going crazy analyzing right now. All right, anyway, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. Underwater gathering tips. Do you have any advice for me, Gran? Advice? Let me see. If you're looking to get a higher score in a single dive, you should focus on gathering everything you can, even the small fry. Getting 10 or 15 will earn you a bonus to your final score. I learned that myself because I'm goated. And also obsessed with mini games. If you manage to nab a big catch, switching your focus to bring in as many small catches as possible should net you a good result. I see. That'll be a great help. Open updates page. Yeah, I know this. I already did this. I already ate. You wouldn't happen to have any other diving tips for me, would you? Well now, bold as brass, aren't we? But I'm glad you're keen to learn. Let me see. Sometimes you come across areas when diving that are simply brimming with sea creatures. I call them bountiful zones. Bountiful zones, huh? I'd love to see one. On the other hand, areas with lots of starfish are usually picked clean, with no sea creatures to speak of. I call those places barren zones. So the more starfish there are, the less sea creatures there'll be. Got it. A whopper of a catch could still be hiding in a barren zone, of course. Always keep an eye on your surroundings. Damn, I'm getting crazy fishing lore. Even though I already freaking went crazy mode on the minigame. Anyway, what about your condition, Grandma? How are you feeling? Sorry I had to leave early today to go diving, Gran. Was everything okay? How are you feeling? Well, I didn't have much pep in my step today. But it's fine because Sato came over this morning. She really is a saint. Always helping me out with the cooking and cleaning like that. Again? Gran, I know you're fond of her, but you shouldn't rely on her too much. I didn't know Sato was coming over to help out here. Yeah, she and Gran have become friends recently. Before I knew it, she was coming over every so often. Sato is such a nice young lady. She even chats with me about all the latest TV drama developments. She's a bit naive in some ways, but she's a quick learner. Remembers everything I tell her almost instantly. Huh. I had no idea. Huh, I had no idea. Gran is a shipper? Nah, I think she dislikes the fact that she has a lady helping her. I said she could relax here a while, but she left early today. I'm glad you're having fun, but make sure to thank her properly sometime, all right? Of course, of course. I'm always happy to help, you know. There's no need to depend on others so much. I know, but if someone has to help me get things done, I'd rather it was a lovely young girl, you know. And besides, she does much better at cooking and cleaning than you do, Yuza. See, I do my best to be a good grandson, and this is the thanks I get. She is so funny, this grandma. All right, Grandma. Oh, about Mom. You've heard me say this before, but Mare found it difficult to fit in here on the island. The environment she'd grown up in was quite different, you see. She struggled to adapt to life in a small community. No other reason I could think of for the beef the others had with her. Alright, we'll have to find more info anyway. We're gonna go out for a bit, Gran. Got it, you two take care, okay? Let's look at the Torii Gate. August 7th. Oh, it's them. Huh? Oh no, did she get rejected? She's freaking crying. No, Tsukasa. Ah. Tsukasa? Sato? What's going on? Well, I'm sorry. I can't explain right now. Tsukasa, come on. We're drawing too much attention here. Oh no. Hey. What was that all about? Something was definitely up with them. Yeah, they practically ran off when they saw us. Tsukasa was crying. What the hell could have happened? I'm worried too, but Sato said she can't explain right now. I'm sure that means they'll tell us what's up later. True. We shouldn't grill them if they're not ready to talk about it. Still. So that tells me we should just pretend we didn't see them. Yeah. Oh, she definitely got freaking rejected, guys. No. Tsukasa. Seems like there's a bit of commotion over there. Maybe they know something about the rumors. Want me to go ask? That'd be great. Thanks. Azami is so sick. I love that guy. Hey, what's up? Something happened? Oh, if it isn't Azami. I don't know if you heard, but blah, 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 blah. 15 minutes later. Welcome back. Man, once they get started, they never stop talking. Anyway, nothing about your mom, I'm afraid. But they did have some interesting things to say. Interesting things? You want the normal news first or the worrying news? Okay, what's the normal shit? Have the normal news. So we've got a bunch of tourists visiting right now as usual. But what's really got people talking is that there are 2 foreigners among them today. Oh, really? I heard that 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 Grand Shrine has seen lots of foreign visitors. But it's unusual for them to come to the outlying islands like this. What's more, it seems they've been going around asking people a bunch of questions. And get this. Apparently, they said they've come here looking for mermaids. Mermaids? Curious, right? Yeah, right when we were looking into them too. And that's not all. For some reason, they're asking about your mom, Mare Minakuchi, too. What? But why would foreign visitors be asking about my mom? Seems like people think they're pretty shady. I still not to go near them and everything. No, I definitely want to hear what they have to say. I wonder where they are now. They're probably still in Kamishima, at least. Well, the question is where? Well, I guess if we see 2 Westerners around, we'll know who they are, huh? Apparently there's an older man and a young girl. Yeah, I'm sure we'll know when we see them. I hope we manage to find them. Alright, what's the worrying news? Alright, let's hear the worrying news. Okay, then. There are reports that 2 𝙀𝙻 divers have gone missing. Apparently both cases were around Ichika town on the mainland. Uh-oh? Were there diving accidents or something? I guess so. It just seems that it's still under investigation, though. The sea hasn't been that rough lately. I guess it is a dangerous job, so you never know what might happen. Still, 2 𝙀𝙻 divers going missing one after another is pretty unusual, so it does make you wonder. It wasn't that long ago that there was all that talk of human bones being found in the sea near Toba, you know? I remember that, yeah. Isn't that also near Ichika? Maybe this is why Chie was going on about bad omens. Yeah, it's definitely worrying news. Okay, looks like that's all the info we're gonna get around here. Alright, let's try going somewhere else. Alright, well... maybe back to the tower clock. I just wanted to do the Waka guy later. Oh my god! It's Shotaro! But Shotaro, did you just reject my girl Tsukasa? Well, if it isn't Shotaro. Hey there, you two. Just the men I wanted to see. You two wouldn't happen to have seen Sato around, would you? Sato? No, I haven't seen her today. We literally did see her today, but okay. The way we're lying. She was supposed to meet with me earlier, but she never showed. She didn't show? Did something happen? Oh, I'm sure it was just because of my old man's ridiculous request earlier. Honestly, I don't know what he was thinking. Still, he really has been acting off lately. Can't believe he'd say something like that. Maybe he asked Sato to, like, get with Shotaro or some shit, and she never even confessed. Is something wrong? Oh, pardon me. It's nothing for you two to worry about. By the way, Yuza, I heard you become an Ama diver. Ah, yes, but I was told to stop. So I am currently on extended, if not permanent, leave. Haha! Oh, don't let it get to you. I, for one, think you should go for it. I imagine everyone's been using your mother as an excuse, saying she brought bad luck to the island or some such. Wow, that's exactly it. Do you know why everyone keeps saying Yuza's mom was a bad omen, Shotaro? Ah, yes. What was it again? Something about her being the Raging Waves curse bearer? The what? Raging Waves? The Raging Waves curse bearer. Raging Waves is, well, exactly what you think it means, and the curse bearer has the power to call forth the calamity of the sea. My old man was going on about it earlier, but it's probably just superstitious nonsense. Don't pay it any mind. But I really should get going. Let me know if you see Sato, okay? See you later. I'm pretty curious about what Shotaro said. Sounds like old man Wakamura might have something to do why Tsukasa and Sato were acting off earlier. Yeah, I think Wakamura tried to hook up Sato and Shotaro and made Tsukasa freak out. That's my theory. Maybe she just lost the game of Janken. No, I don't think that's why. I think it's something deeper. And then there's what he said about your mom. Yeah. The Raging Waves curse bearer, huh? Did people really see my mom that way? Maybe we should ask Mr. Wakamura what he knows. It's worth a shot at least. Anyway, let's keep moving. Let's go to the jetty one more time just to see if there's anything here. This is where we started, but I just want to check. Oh, looks like Kikuo is back. Want to try talking to her again? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Interesting how I can't really look around in any of these areas. I can only talk. What now? I've had my fill of shady rumors for the day, okay? If you want to talk, let's talk about something fun instead. Something fun. Got any ideas, Yuza? Well, how about this? Oh my god. There's foreign visitors. By the way, have you seen the 2 foreign tourists that were supposed to be visiting today? Wait a sec. Foreign tourists? Here? Today? No way! What do they look like? Did they have blonde hair? Were they cool? I'm not sure. We don't know much about it. I guess that means you haven't seen them either, though. Yeah, I guess they didn't come this way. Hey, now, you two better not be thinking of following them around to Gulp. Maybe Gawk. They meant, is Gulp a word? Is Gulp? 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 Is Gulp a word? I think Gawk. Like Gawk. Like gawking at someone. Anyway. You don't want them to think we're all unsophisticated louts out here, do you? Weren't you just asking whether they were cool or not? Huh, I don't know what you're talking about. But if you see them, you'll come and tell me, right? Right. You better tell me. Oh, okay. Okay, we will. Gulp is a word in mermaid language. Oh, okay, sure. True. Man, I sure hope I run into those foreigners before they leave. She's not even trying to hide what she thinks Maybe you give me some underwater gathering tips, lady. Do you have any tips that might help when diving? Hey now, that's basically asking me to give away company secrets for free. Oh no. I didn't mean anything like that. Just the basics would be helpful. The basics, huh? How about this then? Sometimes your foot can get caught in rocks while you're swimming, so you should always stay aware of your surroundings. So being too focused on your catch can get you into trouble. Thank you. Makes sense. If you swim hard enough, you should be able to free yourself. So don't panic too much if it happens, okay? Thanks. I'll be careful if I'm ever allowed to go diving again, that is. Oh, I didn't know you could get caught. Yeah, it says you could just keep swimming and it'll free you, though. I'll need to remember that whenever we go swimming again in this freaking game. Koi fish is that mouth flapping thing. I would call that gulping. Oh, true. That's all you got for now. If you want any more tips, try Suyu. Okay. How about working as an ama diver? Did you go diving today as well, Kikuo? Oh, you mean the whole thing about how we're supposed to stay out of the sea? No one I know is paying attention to that. I took a boat out into the bay from the northern shore, but I didn't end up with much to show for it. The North Sea, huh? Did anyone go with you? No, I went by myself. Why do you ask? No particular reason. Just taking notes for later. I see. You're really serious about becoming an ama diver, huh? I think it'd be a real shame if you couldn't become one with that enthusiasm. I like to help, but the timing's really not the best right now. She's like kind of chill. This lady's kind of chill, you know? She's kind of chill. It's okay. Any information you can give me is help enough. Sorry, I'll help out when things have died down, okay? Yeah, she's chill. By the way, Yuza, how much practice did you manage to get in today? Enough to be able to do most things comfortably, I think. For sure. I can tell you've improved a lot just from the way you carry yourself. How is everyone just sensing my ama diver skills? Is that like my aura? Like, ooh, I'm radiating level 17 aura skills. You must have a real talent for diving if you're able to improve that much in just one day. I just have a real obsession with mini games. I don't know what else to say. I really do, guys. Wow. It's pretty impressive. You could tell all that just by looking at him. You ama maxed day one. I did see bold. I ama maxed. Yakuza says hello. Hey, I thought of a way I can show you my support. If you manage to get a high score of 2,000 points in one diving session, I'll give you a special prize. Whoa, isn't that great, Yusa? What was your highest score today again? Let's see. No, I was so close! I think it was 1,991 points. No! Oof, I'm afraid you weren't quite up to snuff. Too bad. Ugh, I brought shame to my name as patron saint of diving. No! Should I go back? I want to go back and talk to her. Missing ama divers. Have you heard about the 2 ama divers in the mainland who went missing? Of course I have. They evidently disappeared one right after the other. I guess it's a reminder of how dangerous the sea can be. Hearing news like this is always pretty sobering. You think they were just accidents? Well, some of the other divers think it's a sign something bad's going to happen. But you should probably keep quiet about this, Yuza. If you start bringing it up, people will get suspicious. That's probably true, yeah. Personally, though, I think they were probably just unfortunate accidents. I hope they're both found safe and sound. Alright. Once you become a proper ama diver, I'll tell you all the good diving spots I know. Okay. About those boxes we helped you with just now. Was that the delivery everyone was expecting? Yep, the latest Kamishima merch. Hot off the presses. Oh my god, can we just see the mascot? I thought so. What do we have this time? Heh, you want to know? I bet Azami's keen to find out. He's always wearing that t-shirt. Oh wait, true. Guys, marketing. Marketing. Sure am. Gotta show the world how much I love Kamishima. It's kind of funny. Like, just wearing a shirt of your hometown. It's kind of wholesome, though. Tourists seem to love that shirt, too. You're wearing it all the time, which should make for great advertising. Anyway, the latest addition to our souvenir lineup is this. What is that? It says Kameshima. Kameshima. Oh, that's cute. It's like a turtle and it has a little lighthouse on it. He's a turtle island. Bingo! A specially made hand mirror with a Kameshimaru design on the back. So, what do you think? It looks great. Why'd you go with another hand mirror, though? Well, mirrors are a pretty prominent symbol of protection for sailors. Comes from the hope that the sea will be smooth as glass, I guess. There are even regions where mirrors are used as offering to the sea god. Oh, that's cool. With all these people living on the island and surrounded by the sea, I can see why mirrors are seen as symbols of good fortune here. And it's small enough to fit in your pocket too. It's both cute and practical. Wow, you really thought of everything, huh? I've actually been handing these out to Ama divers around the island since yesterday.